Hi guys! So welcome back to Nerd Mode. I figured I'd sit down and I'd do a tag video for you guys. I'm going to be doing the rainbow tag, but I am going to be doing it my way because, again, this is not a beauty channel. The rainbow tag, I believe, was originally designed for beauty gurus, of which I am not. So this is my rainbow tag. If you want to share your rainbow tag too, make sure that you leave your link down below. Also, excuse me if I'm squinting a little bit. I normally do not film this early. It is 9:30 in the morning, and I normally do not film this early because the sun is like coming into my house at an angle that is almost directly in my eyes. So I've tried to like scoot back as far as I possibly can, like a vampire or something. Also, I added one color into the rainbow because I wanted to, and I also think that this color should be included in the rainbow. Just saying, rainbows. Just saying. So this is kind of going to be more like a Lisa Frank rainbow than anything else, but we will have a rainbow nonetheless. So the first color of the rainbow is red. So for my red item, I chose this MAC lipstick. It is part of the Maleficent collection, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous deep red. As you can see, I don't get to wear red lips that often, but when I do, I wear Maleficent. No. When I do, I wear this lipstick. It is so creamy, and it's not necessarily what I normally go for. I normally go for Revlon Red because it's matte, and this is more of a cream finish. Let me see what kind of... this is an amplified, and it's in the shade True Love's Kiss. So I love the name, I love the color, I love the collection that it's part of, and I feel very fortunate that I was able to get my hands on this, so I absolutely love it. If you cannot get your hands on this anymore, because obviously it was a limited edition collection, then I would go for Revlon Red, or go for one of the Chi Cosmetics lipsticks, because those are not only cruelty-free, but they are also gorgeous, so I would go for those. So the next color is orange, and for this I have chosen a mask, not only because the packaging is orange and white, but also because the actual product inside is orange. This is the Ren Clear Skincare Glycol Lactic Radiance Renewal Mask. I absolutely love this. It comes with a pump with a little cover on it so that if you travel with this, it doesn't leak or anything like that. It also has a lid so that the pump doesn't pump out product everywhere in your drawer or in your suitcase or whatnot, and it's actually like it affixes really well to the bottle, which I really like. The container is very sturdy, but inside you know that you're essentially going to get all of the product because it has actually a bag that is vacuumed sealed to the product itself. So when you pump it out, the bag kind of withdraws and like helps squeeze all of the product out. So I love that. This smells like oranges, like very, very, very tart, sour, like oranges. And it's just very, very nice smelling, and when it goes on your skin, it kind of tingles and almost like warms, not necessarily like a burning. If you put it on an open sore, which you're not supposed to, it does burn, but otherwise it helps get all of the dead skin off of your face, and it's just a really good mask. I really like it. The next color is yellow, and this is a total mom product. I absolutely love this product. If you are a mom and your kids are good with Vaseline products, you should totally get this. Ella has very, very, very dry skin, so after she gets out of the bath, I literally like pat her dry, and then I tell her to stand like a starfish, and I spray this all over her body. And then she runs around like a little naked baby for a while and rubs it in and everything like that. This is, I haven't even said what it is. This is the Vaseline Intensive Care Spray Moisturizer for dry skin repair. It smells good. Yeah, it just smells like a Vaseline product. It's a little bit like cocoa butter. This technically says that it's on the light side of the spectrum, but it is a very good moisturizer. Ella doesn't have dry skin anymore, and it's great especially in the summertime when her skin tends to get really, really, really dry, which is kind of weird because we live in a slightly humid climate. But so the next thing on my list is green, and this is a bit of a sentimental item for me. I was kind of trying to figure out what really stood out in my house as something that was green, and it's actually this. This is a needlepoint that my husband's mom did for her mom, and it actually says December 6th, 2 p.m. I don't know if that's when Anna, my mother-in-law, who is now passed, I don't know if that's when she made it or if that's when Baka, her mother, received it. But it's exquisitely done. I love all of the color variations. I love how she framed it. It's just very... I don't necessarily know how to describe it. It just brings out this emotion in me that makes me feel a little bit connected to her. And I just think it's really special. And I love the way it looks. I love the way that the pink pops against the green background. And I love it. So this is my green item per se that I love in the rainbow of my house. So we're gonna get a little bit more fun now. And the next color is blue. So for blue, I have my hedgehog mug. Now you might be looking at the front and being like, there's very little blue on that mug, but the whole back of him is blue. He is a little blue hedgehog. He has been well loved, and I got him at Winners, and he was like $2 at Winners. I think that he's the perfect size. I do not microwave him because he is ceramic, and sometimes ceramic paints can contain metal in them, so they can crack and chip and all this stuff when you put them in the microwave. But he's just this cute little hedgehog. He has two little eyes, and he's holding a little mushroom, and he has little feet down here, and I absolutely love him. And again, he is a very, very pretty sky blue color, and he just looks kind of happy to see me in the morning. So the next color is indigo. I picked a nail polish color for this this section of the rainbow, and the color I chose is called Stormy Seas by Jamberry. This is a lacquer, and I will leave my link to this down below. Obviously I sell Jamberry, but I'm not being paid to say this or anything like that. But it is just such a beautiful blue. I really love Jamberry lacquers because the wand on them is quite narrow, but you only need one, maybe two coats at the most of these lacquers. They don't have a horrible, horrible smell like some nail polishes do. They're nice and thick, they're nice and pigmented, and this is just one of my favorite colors. It was definitely a go-to color for me in the winter time, and I think it'll still be a go-to color for me in the summertime, especially with Independence Day coming up soon. So the next color is obviously violet, and this is the only thing that I could think of that had violet in it. Every single time I was like, okay, violet, and I was just waiting for something to come into my head. Every single time it was this item. It's not all violet. I will make that disclaimer now, but it was the only thing that was really popping out to me and standing out and just like in my face and in my brain every single time I thought, like, what is the one violet thing in my home that really kind of represents me and I would want to put in a rainbow tag. And it is Mansions of Madness. As you can see, it has like this very purpley kind of color scheme all around the box, and especially on the front of the box. And this game is absolutely incredible. If you have not played Mansions of Madness before, you should definitely play it if you're into storytelling games, if you're into kind of scenario-based games and thematic games. Basically, in this game, you have a bunch of investigators who are exploring a house, and you have one person who, and they're all working cooperatively. There could or could not be a betrayer, and there is one player called the Keeper who controls all of the monsters and the bad things that happen. He's the one who puts the puzzles together. You actually do puzzles in order to solve some of the mysteries and stuff like that. You have to investigate things. You can only move a certain number of spaces and stuff like that. It's a really good game, a very good thematic game. And if you want to see an unboxing of this game, not necessarily an unboxing, but kind of like a what's in the game sort of thing, then let me know. I will definitely do one. But this is the game, or this is the item rather, that kept popping out to me whenever I thought of Violet in my house. It's something that represents us, and I absolutely love it. It's packed full of miniatures. As you can see, the box is quite big and quite hefty. The board is always changing, and there's tons and tons of expansions, and you can get like pre-painted characters online on the Fantasy Flight website and stuff like that. So if you have not been able to check out Mansions of Madness, definitely find somebody who has it, or look up how to play. And like I said, if you want an unboxing or anything like that, then let me know. So like I said before, I added a color into the rainbow, and that color is pink, and that is because I think the pink should be in the rainbow. No, scientifically speaking, I know that pink does not belong in the rainbow, but for some reason, every single time I see a rainbow, I'm always like, why is there no pink in this rainbow? Like, Lisa Frank pink. Why? Regardless, the item that I had to add was a book. Of course, there were no books in here. What are you talking about, Caitlin? I also really wanted to add like other basic colors like black and white and brown and gray and stuff like that, but I held myself back. This is the rainbow tag, but I did add one. And this is the book An Unforgettable Lady by Jessica Bird. Now, if you don't know, Jessica Bird is J.R. Ward's real name. Basically wrote this book before she wrote her Brotherhood series, her Fallen Angel series, Bourbon King series, anything like that. She wrote this book back in her Harlequin romance days. She has several books. They're all right behind me right here. I have a couple of them. But this book always stands out. Number one, it's this beautiful bright pink color. And number two, it is so well written. Even though it was in her early days of writing, J.R. Ward has just always been an amazing author. And you really get a feel for her writing style in some of these. And in a couple of these books, you get little glimpses of what the Brotherhood is about to be. The type of men that she has in her books, the things they say, the way they act, the cars they drive, the sports teams that they like. Pipe down, phone. All of that, you can find little glimpses of them in here. I really liked An Unforgettable Lady. I will read the back for you. It says, forced into the spotlight by her fabulous wealth, heiress Grace Hall isn't always prepared for the consequences of her standing. When a string of attacks against the city's most prominent woman leaves Grace vulnerable, the refined beauty reluctantly hires a bodyguard. Now she finds herself subject to the ironclad will of her new protector. In spite of her frustration, Grace is drawn to John Smith in ways she can't explain. For beneath his tough exterior and dark past, there's an inner core that's tantalizingly seductive. John knows that when you're a professional bodyguard, you need to be all business, but such conduct makes for a solitary life with few ties and too many goodbyes. Grace was supposed to be just another assignment on a long list, yet there's something about her that gets under his skin. With each passing day, the attraction grows more intense until John is faced with the decision he never thought he'd have to make. Can he give up the only life he's ever known to be with the only woman he's ever loved? I absolutely love this book. It's a totally girly romance book. There's nothing deep or thought-provoking in here, but it is such a good book. I really enjoyed it, and if you can give it a look, see kind of J.R. Ward's early writing style, and you can kind of see, you can even see her little picture right there. Look at her. Look at her without her glasses on. She's so cute. I love her to death. I met her once. I'm going to put a picture in right now. Be jealous. Be jealous. But I would love to go and talk to her again. I'd love to interview her. She would probably be the most fun person in the world to interview. Well, that is it for my rainbow tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you have a wonderful day. He has some cookie or something on him. My camera will not die. Don't die. Stay strong for me. Something. Obviously the lighting will be changing because there's clouds in the sky and, you know, it's natural lighting because that's what makes me the most gorgeous. I'm done. I'm over myself. I really hope that this is straight.